Here in the Treasure Valley, we enjoy 4 distinct seasons. On this beautiful day in August, we're hitting the mid-80s. This weather is glorious. But every season in Boise tells a different story with regards to the real estate market. So join me as we journey through those seasons, revealing hidden insights that could influence your next big decision. If you have followed real estate trends over the past 4 years, you'll undoubtedly have heard of the Boise boom. During the height of the pandemic, Boise and the Treasure Valley were one of the nation's hottest go-to spots. Everyone was moving here, and for a variety of reasons, from affordability to lifestyle. And since then, the market has remained steady, although we're no longer experiencing the influx of out-of-state buyers that we once did. But they're still coming. Prices, which doubled during COVID years, have remained high, albeit now they grow at a more steady pace, sustainable pace, maybe 3% per year versus 30 or 50% that we saw 2.5 years ago, where we were at the height of the Boise real estate market. The remarkable thing about the Boise market is it has a little bit of something for everyone. We have new build tract housing where you can find affordable entry-level homes, or older neighborhoods scattered throughout the Treasure Valley where smaller homes serve as great starter homes. We have custom luxury builds, we have properties on acreage, and then we have everything in the middle. So it's quite a diverse market that allows buyers the chance to find whatever they might be looking for. But as you would expect with a true 4 seasons, weather plays a role in our housing market, or rather it's a supplementary condition to consider when purchasing a home. That is, in addition to whatever the current market trends may be. And whether you are a buyer or a seller, the season can affect your motivation, market viability, and really your whole real estate experience. So let's take a deeper dive into each season. The spring buying season here in the Treasure Valley is our hottest market, hands down. As the weather starts to warm and flowers start to bloom, you will see an increase in inventory levels across the valley. New listings will be frequent, almost like everyone is coming out of their winter slumber, so they are anxious to get out into the community and anxious to start looking for their new home. People are out in their yards planting flowers and trimming up their trees, so it really enhances that neighborhood appeal, which makes it a much easier sell as you're driving around showing clients who are new to the valley. They get to see the pride of ownership that is out here. In my experience, it is common to meet with clients or sellers near the end of winter who have every intention of listing in the spring, but want time to prepare their home for the market and want to allow us time to prepare marketing materials and a marketing plan. So we start to see an uptick in houses that will be coming soon as spring hits. On the flip side, what we find is that buyers start to make their trips to Boise, Idaho during the spring, especially if they're looking to make a summer move. You will have folks come during their spring break or take long weekends in April so that they can get a feel for the market, even if they aren't purchasing till later in the year. It really drives activity up. But often when buyers come during the spring, they find that dream home. We don't wait on it, which is another reason why activity in the spring is so hot. People arrive ready to buy. The disadvantage, of course, is that the spring season, well, you have higher competition among buyers. So if you're looking to purchase at this time, it's you and everybody else out home shopping. Or that is, it can feel like it when you make an offer only to learn that there are 3 other offers that were received today too. Yes, those special properties that are really market ready and priced well, we like to call them unicorns, those homes will lead to higher prices and bidding wars. If you are buying new construction during the spring, just watch for residual water in the crawl space, as your home was under construction during winter, and you want to be sure that spaces which may have been exposed to the elements are dry. Spring is also when we will see builders run incentives where you can include landscaping and fencing allowances in your offer. Spring may be the busiest buying season, but it runs directly into early summer without any slowdown. And I would believe that a busy summer market is fairly traditional across a lot of markets, simply because people want to move during school breaks. You have 3 months in which to make the move, adjust to your new location. But again, if a buyer is looking to make the actual move in summer, that is why you often see an uptake in activity during the preceding spring season. So summer, you typically have a good amount of inventory. And what inventory does go under contract usually gets replenished, at least at the front of the summer. So that being said, I would definitely say that our selling season is front loaded in the summer. Home shoppers want to find those properties in June or July so that they are settled in before the new school year. By midsummer, if you can wait that long to start making offers, you may actually be able to find price reductions on those homes that went on the market in spring. And now here it is, 3 months later, they haven't sold, so you may be able to find a deal or two out there to really consider. Again, if you can wait that long. By July, many of my buyers who have been looking since the start of spring get really antsy and they're afraid that they will have to settle. An advantage to summer buying is that communities host a ton of different activities and events. So as you're out showing clients neighborhoods, you're able to showcase that sense of community that we have up here where you can really immerse yourself and them into what it would be like to live in that neighborhood. You get a little bit of that in the spring and it starts to taper off in the fall, but during summer, it's like full swing for pool parties and farmers markets and community hosted events. Of course, the disadvantage of the market in summer is that once you reach the end of June and July and early August, the weather can get pretty hot and people aren't wandering the valley popping into open houses, or they're just out vacationing because we live in Boise and they are floating the river or fishing the river or taking a day trip to McCall or Cascade. There's so much to do in and around Boise that home shopping can get in the way of having fun. Well, that is unless you are me and you think that home shopping is really fun. If you are new to my channel, my name is Toffel, Global Real Estate Advisor with Group 1 Sotheby's International Realty. I specialize in helping you relocate to Boise, Idaho, or anywhere in the Treasure Valley. If you need help with any of your real estate needs, my information is on the screen. And please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified each time I drop a new video. And if you're watching on your television, scan the QR code to contact me directly. So I have to admit, fall is my favorite season. The weather starts to turn crisp, the leaves turn all these vibrant colors. It's just like this autumn air. Oh, I love it. So I personally love home shopping in the fall, but it does get a little bit quieter as school is back in session and we are approaching the holiday season. I know we aren't quite there yet, but people are gearing up early. So we tend to see less inventory coming on the market, especially newer inventory. But that being said, the homes that are listed, you may be able to get better deals as people don't want to carry the home through the winter season. So sellers are more motivated. Again, as a buyer, you could potentially find a better deal or a motivated seller, but you may also be compromising because there are fewer homes to choose from. Something else to keep in mind as we go into the fall season is that the later it is in the year and as we come out of daylight savings time, our days get shorter. So for those who want to be able to preview homes after work, you no longer have sunshine until 9 or 10 o'clock at night like you did during the summer months. So then if you want to preview a property, you're limited to weekend shopping because you otherwise are at work or you don't want to see your new home in the dark. Yes, I've done it, but we inevitably have to return during daylight hours to see it again, especially for those homes with some property to them. So it goes without saying that winter is going to be our slowest season for real estate. And that is not to say that it's statewide. I mean, in resort towns like Sun Valley or McCall, ski season is in full force during winter months. So you can have active buyers wanting a second home or a vacation home. But what are we really looking at during the winter in the Treasure Valley? Least amount of inventory for sure, but more motivated sellers. If they're listing their home during the winter, they have a real motivation to get it sold. And as a buyer, you will enjoy the least amount of competition for any property during the winter months. So it may not be an ideal time to shop for a home because it's cold and it's the holidays, but if you want a better deal, it may be advantageous to home shop when no one else is. You may see lower prices and you may have better leverage, more negotiation to get that deal that you really want. Then of course, there's the obvious disadvantages of selling or buying in winter, like cold weather. People don't want to check out homes when there's snow on the ground. And sellers don't want to have their homes open for open houses when people can track in snow and mud. And homes require different maintenance during winter months, so buyers may be a little wary or a little weary to purchase homes during the winter that might have deferred maintenance. If you are buying a new construction home during the winter, builders will not be offering incentives that can be used towards landscaping or fencing because, well, the ground is frozen and they don't want any lingering items causing an escrow holdback of funds. So don't expect to see that in an accepted offer, but you will continue to see other incentives that can be used towards buy downs or closing costs. So let's take a quick poll on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most likely. How likely are you to go house hunting during the winter? I mean, do consider you might be able to get a smoking deal. Vote in the comments below. Regardless of the season that you head out to make your purchase, there are some tips that I would always keep in mind. Focus on staying informed about current market trends, but don't be paralyzed by national articles telling you how they feel the market is. Talk to a local expert, and part of that means researching early. If you know you will still be a year or a few years out from your purchase, talk with an advisor and set up a search so you can start to track homes that fit your criteria. So you can see for yourself how those homes are priced across different seasons and in light of market trends. Or maybe if you know that your move is a little ways out, but you have the possibility of being flexible, then once again, start your search early so that you can watch homes and be ready to move on a home that is a really good deal, or the home that is the perfect fit. I have so many conversations with buyers in January and February who start their search because they want to move in summer, but know that the perfect home may come up in spring and they may have to move on that home a little bit quicker. Yes, in those instances, we have to be a little bit more creative about their home purchasing when they move here. We've had transactions where we were able to secure a home a few months before the clients actually moved out because they had to finish, say, a school year or a job contract, but not close on the home until we got closer to their move-in date. In those instances, having a knowledgeable and trusted advisor working on your behalf means that you might be able to secure the perfect home with a deferred close date. For more videos about Boise, Idaho and the Treasure Valley real estate market in general, click on one of my videos on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.